What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So an ex-Penn guard, I think he's placed a point guard position. Clark Slajchert is what it looks like, but I've heard it called Slajchert. But it looks like he did commit, or at least is looking to transfer to USC officially, so that's good. I know we recently talked about him, that he was narrowing down his options, and USC basketball was one of them, so it's good to see them get at least another transfer, and he's a very talented guy. I think he was averaging like a pretty good amount out there where he was playing in the Ivy League, so congrats to the coaching staff for getting at least another transfer as of right now. And then now an ex-USC basketball player, the freshman Isaiah Collier, just recently declared for the NBA draft. I thought there was already some type of like deadline or timeline for that, but I guess it's all different for everybody else. So it looks like he has officially decided to enter there, not also entering the transfer portal like Bronny James, so he looks like he's officially out there. He, at times, in the early part of the season, played like the #1 overall player just because of how bad this year is in total, of a bunch of guys who could be role players, not really any stars anybody thinks in the scouting community, but you know, when Collier was healthier, he was looking like one of the better players out there. I was glad he was on USC's team, winning for them in the early part of the season. But yes, sadly, he is moving on, so we'll see who they end up also getting, whether it's transfer portal or in also the high school ranks in recruiting. So we will see. And then, yeah, when it came to a lot of accusations, apparently, because Bear Alexander recently said, even a day after a lot of reports were saying that he was going to be entering the transfer portal, he pretty much squashed all those rumors, saying he doesn't know how that information got out there. Most likely it was from third party, whether it was someone in his family, something like that, someone playing around or being a little bit unhappy and kind of putting that news out there to some outlets that would run with it. But yeah, he said he wants to do what he came here, and the first thing is to finish and playing with his teammates this season and try to win a national championship for USC, and with the big hashtag fight on at the end. So yes, as of this second, he looks like he will be part of USC's football team. There is still that window of him being able to transfer out during the summer, so you never officially know, but as of right now, that is a good indication that he will be back, because everybody else was reporting that yes, he will be returning and USC fans don't have to worry. But as long as this transfer portal window is still kind of open during the summer right now, I guess it's always a possibility it could happen, but hoping for the best, and this will definitely be a big time get. It's funny how it's a get, even though the guy is just returning and apparently never was gonna leave in the first place. But yes, this is the up and downs of the transfer portal, NIL, all that stuff that you have to deal with. So yes, luckily he will still be staying. And House of Victory had a couple of re-signings and a new signing for the football team. They re-signed the offensive lineman Jonah Monheim and the returning quarterback Miller Moss as well. So it's pretty obvious that they would be coming back and going on that type of NIL community and all that stuff. So that is good to see. And also the backup quarterback as of right now, Jaden Maiava, the new transfer from UNLV, also is signing for the first time right now with House of Victory, so that's pretty cool for him, and looking to see what type of opportunities he gets in order to make some money while in college. And then there was another player in the transfer portal from a school I never really heard of, Merrimack, but apparently he's a guard named Jordan Kershaks, and apparently he is setting up a visit to USC to be able to play for the basketball team. So we'll see what ends up. If that name I don't remember or even recognize, it's probably a Division II or Division III, but he did average like 17 points while playing for that team. So he's a pretty talented guy. So we'll see what ends up happening with him. There was also another player out there from Missouri State, I believe. I believe USC has heavy interest in him. His name is Austin Mason, and he is also averaging like 17.5 points as well. So Eric Musselman is definitely looking at a bunch of guys who can definitely score the ball in any type of way, good averages, and see if he could bring a high-powered offense and play some good defense to this team as of right now, but we'll have to wait and see. And there's a 2025 4-star edge, Iose Epineza, or Iose Epineza. I know I'm not saying that correct. I haven't heard it said, but he has multiple offers from all over college football, and of course USC is one of those top teams to offer him. But I remember that last name. That was a player for Iowa, AJ Epineza, who I think he's still with the Bills as of right now. He was a first-round pick for them, and obviously he has a very talented brother as well. So hoping USC can lure him away from the Midwest or wherever he is right now to be able to play for USC. And then, yes, the other day the Lakers did sadly lose the Golden State Warriors 120-134. They had an opportunity to get back into this game, but for some reason just let it go, and kind of is hurting their playoff seeding, because I think even after this win, Golden State is still like half a game behind the Lakers, but you know, half a game is really nothing. So if the Lakers lose or win the next couple games, there's only like 2 or 3 games left in the season right now. And then within the next couple of weeks, the playoffs will be starting. But as of right now, it looks like the Lakers are destined to be the number 9 or 10 team seeding-wise, and still will have to win at least 2 games in order just to get into the playoffs, and most likely at that number 8 position, which sucks. And you'll just end up playing the number 1 team on the West, which looks like it's either Minnesota, Denver, OKC right now. But yeah, either way, it was a tough loss, and hoping they could get back on the win column. But yeah, even Anthony Davis was out for that game as well. And then, yeah, there were a couple of guys who recently talked with the Chargers or recently visited. There was a local UCLA running back in Carson Steele, who I remember USC was trying to get him because he was very talented in like the Division II ranks. He won like the MVP the past couple of seasons down there. And yes, sadly he went to UCLA. I don't know why, because they hardly really played him and used him correctly, and he didn't really have that great of a season. And it said he was on a local pro day visit for the Chargers, which I always thought that was just like one day, and they invite a bunch of guys who are draft eligible who couldn't get, or most likely not going to get drafted, but if they do get drafted, it's like the 7th round, or they're definitely going to be undrafted guys. But apparently these players who are in the local markets of those teams can get that free visit, basically, to get a free workout with that franchise, which is pretty cool. Be able to help them out. I know Austin Jones, the ex-USC running back, did that as well a couple weeks ago for the Chargers too. So either way, we'll see what ends up happening there. And there was an NC State defensive lineman, Savion Jackson, who visited the Chargers last week as well. So yeah, NC State is a pretty good team. I know they got, was it Justin Jones a handful of years ago from there. It was okay, not great, even though he left the Chargers pretty recently. But they do have a good overall team out there, so we'll see if he ends up becoming a Charger or not in the future. And then, yes, they're talking about the legends that the Chargers have picked at the number 5 spot in the NFL draft. And, of course, one of the more recent ones was the running back, LaDainian Tomlinson, who's obviously a Hall of Famer. And then before that was an ex-USC linebacker in Junior Seau, who was one of the great linebackers in the NFL of all time. And, of course, both ex-Hall of Famers right now. And, yeah, it's obvious that it's going to be a lot riding on this number 5 pick if the Chargers do make it, because they're going to need this person, whether it's a wide receiver, you're going to get the first or second best receiver, the number 1 tight end. People are going to go crazy if it's an offensive lineman, but there could also be a chance that this isn't even the Chargers pick as well, and they end up moving back a couple spots, hopefully, to get some more picks later in the draft. But either way, expecting a lot of great things coming from this player at number 5 overall, because yes, you like to be picking this high to get a generational type of player. You just don't want to keep continuing to do it year after year, because that means you've been pretty bad on the field and record-wise. So yeah, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.